Hey guys, this is Miko from MO Sound Lab, and this is the MOFO Cab Pack for all you mofos. Okay, let's start with a quick history lesson. It's kind of common knowledge in the industry nowadays, but I'll let you know in case you don't. The best V30s in the world kind of existed around that 2000 to 2004 era, and around that time, this British company made a competing 4x12 cabinet for the Mesa 4x12, and the idea there was to make their version of a Mesa 4x12. Now this British company called it the MOFO, let's just call it the MOFO, and this is that cabinet. Now the thing is, these cabinets are very rare and you can't really even find them that easily, and they had a custom speaker called Vintage 30 MF in them, and it's really hard for you to find these speakers or these cabinets anywhere. So what we have here is that very thing. Now the sound that you just heard was actually Amped Roots 2.0. We just updated Amped Roots to 2.0, and this is the free amp sim that comes with the plugin. Now for the cabinet, I'm obviously using the MOFO with a 57 here, and the reason I'm doing this is so I can compare the MOFO with the mega oversized cab pack that is somewhat comparable. The MOFO is actually from 2003 and the mega oversize is from around 2000. Now with the mix knob here in Amped Roots, I can actually mix between MOFO and mega oversize, and these are somewhat comparable microphone positions, so you'll get a good idea of the difference between these specific cabinets. Now this is MOFO. And this is mega oversize. Now they are very different. Once again, every V30 sounds different. The mega V30, in my opinion, has the traditional mega sizzle to the top end and more of a huge low end. Kind of actually sounds more scooped, while the MOFO is somewhat not that bright in the highs and a little bit tighter in the lows. So if I kind of do some palm mute testing, you'll quickly hear that the MOFO is a lot tighter. Now this is mega oversized. This is MOFO. So the MOFO is tighter than the mega oversize, and then concentrate on the high end of these speakers. So this is the MOFO. Now, kind of flipping back and forth between the two really shows you that the MOFO high end is much more rounded and pleasant sounding. It doesn't have that sizzle on the top that is kind of traditional for mega cabinets. It's got more of a rounded high end and a tighter low end, meaning that it's sort of more narrow and more in the mid-range, which is better in the mix. You have 8 microphones to choose from. You have the 7B, 57, 121, 160, 184, that's a condenser, a 421 and a 906, and on top of that you have 8 mixes, and I forgot about the U3, but 8 mixes that you can choose from that are pre-made and are mix ready. So these are usually made so that the best one is alphabetically the first one. So the ballsy one, this is the one that I feel is the perfect mix made from this cabinet. So if you want to use this kind of in easy mode, just use the ballsy mix, and that is the one to use. So this is what Amped Roots 2.0 with all the knobs at noon, no tweaking at all, no pedals activated, sounds with the ballsy mix. Now, obviously, if we lower the gain here, we can get some kind of crunchy tones going, and that'll kind of demonstrate the usability and versatility of this impulse response collection. So once again, didn't touch the EQ, just the gain, and I think these impulse responses do a lot of heavy lifting. You don't really have to tweak the sound at all, like in this demonstration. Now let's try a different kind of amplifier just to see if this also applies to other amplifiers. So if we use the Mega Fluff here, and this is still using that ballsy mix of Mars MOFO, this is the sound you get. Now, if we just use a little bit more gain, maybe drop the bass a little bit, maybe raise the treble just a tad, I think we should have a good sound going. And it also sounds amazing on that other amplifier. Now, with Mars MOFO, you do have those 8 microphones. You also have 5 different brightness variations for those microphones. So some people prefer to use the microphones pretty much dead center on the cabinet, on the speaker, I mean, and pulling that back to the side always darkens the sound. So with these mics, you have the brightness variations from A to E, A being the darkest one, furthest away from the center of the speaker, and E being pretty much dead center on most of these microphones. So if we just demonstrate this, for example, by using a 160, this is a ribbon microphone, and this will be the darkest position you get. And this is kind of a middle brightness. And this will be the brightest position for that 160 ribbon microphone. And that is just one of these microphones. Obviously you have the 5 different brightness variations for all 8 microphones in this pack. Once again, if you really don't want to dive into tweaking sounds and you just want to get quick results, use the mixes that I pre-made for this pack. Thank you so much for watching the video. Go check out Mars MOFO, and we do offer a pretty sick intro deal right now, so go get it as soon as possible. Thank you, I've been Mikko, and see you on the next one. Bye bye.